Netcasts you love.
From people you trust.
This is TWiT.
Audio bandwidth for the Daily GizWiz is provided by Winamp. Subscribe to the Daily GizWiz and all your favorite podcasts with the ultimate media player. Download it for free at winamp.com. Video bandwidth for the Daily GizWiz is provided by CacheFly at CacheFly.com.
It's time for the Daily GizWiz with Mad's maddest writer, Dick DeBartolo. This is episode 1297 for Tuesday, March 1st, 2011, the Mattel Auto Race. And now, get ready for Dick.
Hey, it's Dick DeBartolo, Mad's maddest writer, and the GizWiz 1 day a week. And this week, that's really too much because Tom Merritt's here. But we're doing it anyway. It's Turn the Table Tuesday.
Tom.
Tom.
That is not my Turn the Tables Tuesday product.
Oh, okay.
Good guess.
Let me take another guess. It's not a drum. Okay.
Not a drum.
It's not an Indian drum. Okay.
And unlike a Lawson clock, it doesn't even have drums in it.
Ooh, that was good. That was good.
We'll call back
This
there
is
to
our
last week.
day together.
Ever?
It went by so no. How's the work at the cottage coming, by the way? Because I mean, not the cottage, but at the new building.
At the TWiT brick house. As we were recording this today, I walked into the kitchen and everything was gone. And I'm assured that we haven't been robbed. It was just moved all down to the new place.
Ooh,
there's actually a webcam where you can watch. If you go to dropcam.com/demo. They have a bunch of demonstrations of DropCam on the left, and one of them is the TWiT cottage. You can just kind of watch
the TWiT cottage of the new.
I'm not the TWiT cottage, but the brick TWiT house is its beta name.
How big is it again? Is it 100,000 square feet?
You know, I don't remember the exact number.
Okay.
What is it, Jammer B? Oh, he doesn't know either. 9,000, something like that. It's big.
It's big.
Yeah. That's all we know.
Oh, Strike It Rich says 20,000. I think it's 10,000 on one floor. And,
right.
Yeah.
I think it's total. If you count the basement, it's close to 20,000. I think that's right.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. What's that?
Wow.
Oh, that's our. Oh, they're showing a picture on the video version of our kitchen, empty, with nothing in it.
Of the cottage.
Yeah, that's at the cottage. So.
Wow.
Okay.
You have drop cams everywhere.
Yeah, it's a drop cam world out here.
Wow.
So I was told that this. I brought something of my own, but I was told maybe this would be a better selection. It's a toothpick bird. Is that
looks a little familiar? That should have been in the carton that they're packing to send to Leo's Gadget Warehouse.
Right. Okay. So, well, I'm glad I got my own because it doesn't seem like that's as big of a hit as what I've got.
Oh, okay. We're gonna play. You gonna tell me what it's called?
I'll give you a guess.
Okay.
No clues.
No, just a guess.
Just a
okay.
guess.
Would it fit in? Is it bigger than a bread box?
No. Unless you make really tiny bread, like those little toasts that they use in hors d'oeuvres. It's not bigger than a bread box. No.
Okay. Can men and women use it?
Yes, men and women both can use it.
Would one sex use it more than the other?
That's a sociological question, but probably it's not designed in that way. But with every correct answer, I'll raise it up a little closer to the camera.
Okay.
It is the Mattel Electronics Auto Race game. This was put out in...
This is good because it's like Toy Fair. We did Toy Fair last week.
Right. 1977. this bad
that
boy
was expensive.
arrived. No, the year 1977.
Oh, okay.
It was made in 1976, but it arrived under my tree in 1977.
And you just got around to opening it?
Well, I got so much stuff that year. I mean,
wow,
I couldn't be expected to open it all at once. But it's very simple when it works. You have these little dots. You're racing, right? So you got this little car controller at the bottom, and the little LEDs come at you. But that's simulating that you're driving faster and driving towards them. And then every time you pass one, you actually advance up. So it's actually the reverse of racing. I honestly, when I used to play with this as a kid, because the LEDs come down at you and you advance, I used to pretend it was like an asteroids game or a Space Invaders type game as the LEDs come down. And then you have 4 speeds you can go, and every lap you make gives you another point, and then you start back at the bottom, and then it gives you a score after you hit the time limit. Those beeps that you're hearing are me getting hit by cars.
Oh, okay. And there seem to be 2 more dials on the front.
There's the start and reset, which are basically just on and off, and then there's 4 speeds, so you can see here. I can go up to 4th gear and get hit a lot faster.
Wow.
But that's it.
And what was it? It's called?
It's just Mattel Electronics Auto Race game.
In 1977.
Yep.
87, 97. Well, we've come pretty far in what I took that Alfred E. Newman math course. Is it 57 years?
57 years, exactly. Right.
Since
Since 1977. This one came with an AC adapter on the side, so you could actually plug it in if you didn't have a battery and use it. I used to think that was a headphone port, and I would electrocute myself.
And do you not have the back for it?
No, you noticed that, huh? Yeah, the back.
Yes.
I believe I have the back for it in my box of things that I don't know what they go with, because I know there's a gray battery back in that box. I need to go dig it up. And
the thing is, connecting those 2 things that belong together is I always have a box of things just exactly like that. Screws that were specially made to hold something closed, and battery backs. And then a month later, you'll find a device, and then, of course, you can't find where the battery back is. It's really annoying.
The game uses 512 bytes of memory, by the way. Wow. Not kilo, not mega, actual single bytes. 512.
Wow. Yeah. Amazing.
About half a kilobyte, if you would.
Any idea what it sold for?
I've been trying to find an example of the price somewhere, and I haven't seen anybody list price. I think it probably sold around $20. Is my memory of it, but
yeah, I would say $20 is probably $20 in 1977 dollars.
Yeah, no, in exactly
$1.9 million today.
That's right. If I had taken that $20 and invested it in Microsoft instead of wasting it on this Mattel Electronics Auto Race, I wouldn't be sitting here talking to you.
No, where would you be?
I would be
standing there talking to me because
I would be sitting in a bowl full of money talking to you. Just throwing it up in the air. Well, it would be very distracting. It probably wouldn't be good for the show.
Yeah. Anything is good for this show. You cannot ruin this show. Although you're coming damn close, I'll tell you that.
I'm trying. Like I said, this is my last chance, right? A backless 57-year-old piece of technology.
Oh.
Making it rain.
Whoa.
It's raining money in here now. Thanks,
Boy,
Alex.
Is it Alex? Who's on the board today?
Alex is on the board today, yeah.
Wow.
He's really stepped it up from last week, where he tried to ruin the show, but couldn't.
I know.
As we pointed out.
You can't. We're unstoppable. We're like that movie I'm recommending.
Right. We are like a train that has left the station without any engineers.
Yeah, and you're like a train wreck. And together, it's music.
Together, it's a hit movie. And people say that a lot of times about my podcast and my shows. They're like, I can't turn away. I always have to watch you. It's like a train wreck.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Not complimentary, but it's good.
Is it? I always say thank you. That's odd. Hadn't really thought about it that way.
Well, I like train wrecks, so
I think you have a fan page of them. Do you not?
A train wreck fan page. No,
maybe you should start.
There was a series about 2 years ago called about Extreme Trains was the name of it. I think it was on A&E, Extreme Trains. And the guy was actually, I believe, worked on a railroad, but like as a conductor or something. But he loved trains. And evidently, when the series was being made, they must have kept telling him, make it exciting, make it exciting. And he would say, we're coming up to this station, but if we were accidentally fall against the throttle, there he is. If we accidentally fell against the throttle, this train would pick up speed and it would be a train wreck. And about every 10 minutes, he would say, and we're pulling 100 cars behind us, but if the last car uncoupled and ran into the train behind us, it would be a train wreck.
We're halfway through the last episode of the Daily GizWiz that I'll be filling in for Leo Laporte. But if we were actually on a train and there were no engineers and we were running at a huge building, it would be a train wreck.
It is a train wreck. It's coming right at us.
You can't avoid the Daily GizWiz. Run! All right. I believe, are we out of sponsors, or do we still have another?
We have one more sponsor. We have a sponsor for, even for your episode.
Wow.
Hi, Dick DeBartolo, Mad's maddest writer with Sarah Fowler, and another Mad Minute.
If you already have the sneaker phone from that sports magazine, you'll definitely want the new Dirty Sweat Sock telephone from Hockey Puck Illustrated.
This telephone looks like an ordinary dirty sweat sock.
And it smells like a dirty sweat sock.
But it's an actual telephone.
Think of the money you'll save when one of your friends asks to use your phone.
One look and one whiff of the dirty sweat sock phone, and they'll say,
never mind, I'll use the payphone on the corner.
The sweat sock phone is not sold in any store.
We know. We tried.
It's only available with a 10-year subscription to Hockey Puck Illustrated.
It's the perfect gift for the person who has everything except good taste.
Order today, and your dirty sweat sock telephone is delivered with the final issue of your 10-year subscription.
The Dirty Sweat Sock telephone should be laundered separately from your other telephone.
Till next time, this is Dick DeBartolo with Sarah Fowler on the Mad Minute. Bye.
Bye.
Now, when did that originally come out? Was that created?
They ran in the 70s and 80s.
Okay.
And, Mad never ran ads. And I went to Gaines one day and I said, hey, Billy, how about we do something that we would just give away to disc jockeys? I said, big stations won't play it, but small town stations would probably like to have free stuff. And he said, yeah, just keep it cheap and let's do it.
And you did.
And we did. And a funny upshot of it was a company came to Bill and said, we want to actually sell the Mad Minutes. We want to put like a 10-second thing on the beginning and a 10-second at the end, like McDonald presents the Mad Minute. And Bill said, I'm interested. And they said, but, we'd re-record them. So they got a real orchestra and they got a professional announcer and they did a demo tape. And I thought they were quite good. And I played them for Bill, and Bill said, I don't not like these. I absolutely loathe these.
Wow.
He said, Mad Magazine is about a crappy Casio organ. It's about two people who are not professionals making, working their way through these commercials. I want them to sound really cruddy. to reflect Mad. And he said, I don't want a polished product like that with our name on it. He said, we have a reputation to keep.
Trouble.
So the Mad Minute never happened.
Oh, that's too bad. The only reason
outside of this version.
Yeah. The only reason I ask is my 10-year subscription has run out, and I still haven't received my dirty sock telephone.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I'll bring the dirty sock out with me. We're out of phones, but we do have a lot of socks left. I'll bring it with me when I come to the grand opening.
Well, half a product is better than none. Yeah. I hope we do that. I hope we have everybody out here for a grand opening. That's going to be fun.
I know. It'd be super.
Shall we do some letters then?
Let's see. Okay, I'll do a letter since you don't have a letter, right?
No, don't have a letter. They're coming anyway. Oh, I got one. I mean, I have letters, but they're not about the Daily GizWiz. I could just read, just a random letter. Should I do that?
You can, or I have a letter that. Did someone send you something?
Tom, Becky, Sarah, and crew. On the subject of anti-lasers in episode 182, you guys seem to have overlooked the most useful upshot of this development. Shields. Thanks, John Davis. I mean, it has nothing to do with the Daily GizWiz, but it is a letter that I got.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll do one.
All right.
I think Alex has the graphic for it because it's kind of interesting. David Greenwald writes, I knew 3D movies have been pushed at us in the past, but I didn't realize for just how long they've been trying. I found an article from 1929 on 3D movies. It appeared in Modern Mechanics, January 1929. And the article is called Movies That Leap from the Screen. And I read a little bit of it. And this guy had come up with a way. He invented a camera that would take alternate frames, one for the right eye, one for the left eye, one for the right eye, one for the left eye. And then he made a film strip with right eye, left eye, right eye, left eye frames all the way down, and projected it at twice the normal speed, which the reporter said looked like 3D, and I assumed it was 3D without glasses.
Wow!
And that was back in 1929. So that's what is your take on 3D? By the way, do you have a 3D TV, or are you getting one? Or are you even considering it?
I do not have a 3D TV, nor have I ever worked with a 3D TV, Your Honor. I know nothing about. No, I'm not excited about 3D TVs. I'm not rushing out to get them. I have DirecTV, which has a handful of 3D channels now available that I could pay to get if I had a 3D TV. And if I decide that I need to replace my current television for whatever reason, I probably will buy a television with 3D in it, just because it's almost hard to avoid if you're shopping for anything above a certain level. They're just putting 3D in everything. But I'd also like to have it. I have a PS3 that is now firmware upgraded to be able to play 3D. I don't have any desire to watch everything in 3D. I think it's a novelty. I think having the ability to watch some stuff in 3D would be nifty. My wife and I could sit down and watch something in 3D together. But, if you're going to have people over, you're not going to watch things in 3D. And that's some of the things that are best in 3D are things like sports, where it's like, well, okay, now we have to get glasses for everybody. Until we get glasses-free 3D that doesn't reduce the resolution and doesn't hurt the eyes,
and doesn't reduce the brightness of the
right. It doesn't impact the picture in any way. It's a novelty. It's not even at the level of high def. High def was a good looking picture. It was good enough that when you showed it to people, they said, "Wow, that looks a lot better." 3D doesn't have that. It doesn't make people say, "Wow." They say, "Wow, I'm wearing these stupid glasses. I have to do that."
Well, but I think now you realize that how far we've come, because this idea is only started in 1929, and we're almost to the point where we might consider buying one if our current TV blows up. Or
I wonder what was the problem with this, because it's obviously glasses free. It must have been very blurry.
It probably gave you a blurry and probably gave you a terrible headache.
Probably gave you terrible headaches.
Yeah. Your brain was going, was that, wait a minute, stop. Was that right eye? Was that left eye? Was that right eye? Was that?
It probably run out of business by the 2D industry.
Yes, you probably did. You're absolutely right. But anyway, this is our special 3D version anyway.
That's right. We're coming into your head. 3D audio.
Oh, yeah.
Now I'm over here. You can.
Be back.
All right. Enough foolishness. No, it's never enough. It's never enough, is it? I have really enjoyed filling in for Leo.
Oh, it's great. It's really great fun. You know, we have a lot of laughs together, and you made it go by like a breeze,
like a hot
3D, like a hot 3D
sewer breeze. All right. Well, thanks everybody for watching. Leo will be back in Daily GizWiz time space tomorrow on tomorrow's Daily GizWiz.
Yes, and for those of you who are going, wait a minute, isn't this the middle of the week? It is the middle of the week, but we're doing like a split. Tom and Leo are playing a split week.
That's right.
Tom's doing, yes.
I'm the opening act, get people warmed up Monday and Tuesday, and then Wednesday, main attraction. Leo and Dick back together again.
Knock them out.
So Leo will be here tomorrow.
And I'll be here.
DAIL. Why? It's the Daily GizWiz. It's the Daily GizWiz. It's the Daily GizWiz. It makes its own gravy. Yeah.